Hi everybody, my name is Mindy, the Chief Sales Officer here at Radenso.
And I'm John, President at Radenso.
And we're going to take 5 minutes, do a quick overview of the 3 detectors that we make here for windshield mounts, and take a little bit of time to tell you a little bit about who we are as a company at Radenso. We're enthusiasts of not just radar detectors, but also driving fast, taking chances, but we don't like speeding tickets. So that in mind, I'm going to hand it over to John, and he'll tell you a little bit about why we're here.
So I think Mindy has a good point. While we're enthusiasts, obviously a lot of you are enthusiasts. Everybody does have a different driving style. Some people commute only on the highway. Some people spend a lot of time in the city. So when we look at a product lineup, we've really tried to have a good, better, and best approach and have something that really hones in and provides a good solution for each specific customer. We didn't want to have 50 different models. We thought it would be easy and simple to learn to just have a pretty focused, condensed lineup of 3 detectors at multiple price points. Not everybody can afford a $600, $700 detector. These are expensive things.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just want a good value. So I do think we've managed to hit each niche pretty well. And why don't we start with the SP, which is our entry-level budget detector.
Totally. So the SP is awesome. It is our price point detector, as John said here. It has an incredible range for its price point. So in the US, the retail is $199 for this detector. And if you take a look at it, it is sharing the same chassis as the XP, which we'll talk about here in a minute. When it comes to range, it's going to rival that of some detectors from our competitors like the Escort 360 at like a $600 price point. It is RDD, or radar detector immune, which is important in areas where you need to be stealth, such as Virginia or Washington D.C. or eastern provinces of Canada, where radar detectors are illegal. That's a big deal. Blind spot monitoring is something that we're really known for at Radenso.
Filtering it out specifically.
Yeah, thank you. So vehicles that you drive past on the highway, I'll use, most of them have safety systems in the car that have their own radar, that run off of radar, that cast off false alerts. So when you pass, example, let's say a Honda or an Acura as you're going down the road, its blind spot monitoring or adaptive cruise control can oftentimes set off radar detectors.
And if you think about how traffic is with just bumper to bumper cars, it's almost like radar pollution, right? It's these radar waves from all these safety systems just crisscrossing and flying around everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's important to have a detector that has the intelligence to be able to separate real police radar from all that radar pollution, as we call it. And I think that's something that we do pretty well across the entire line.
We do actually very, very well. And it kind of becomes the boy that cried wolf. So we want it to be, when your detector goes off, that it's really something you need to pay attention to. Another thing we offer is 1-year warranty on all of our products and a 1-year ticket-free guarantee against any radar ticket that you get. The cool thing is you just have to show your receipt. You can go to radenso.com to submit a claim. We also offer lifetime software updates. So as databases update and new vehicles come out, we're constantly updating. No charge to you as a consumer, which is awesome.
And one last thing too, which we should probably mention, is that the ticket-free guarantee that you mentioned, that does apply to consumers even if they buy through a brick-and-mortar dealer. They don't have to buy just from our website. That's something that not all companies do. So just kind of a nice perk.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the SP and the XP also have direct wire kits available for them and visor mounts as well. And the entire line is blend mount compatible.
Yep. So moving on to the XP, you'll probably notice that it looks a lot like the SP, and that's because they're based on the same radar detection technology, the platform. There is a pretty important difference though, and that is that the XP has a GPS chip inside. And GPS is important. It's something that people tend to expect in higher price detectors, which this is a little bit of a price premium at $349 as opposed to $199 in the United States. And what that does is it gives you GPS lockouts of false alerts, which is nice. It makes the detector be pretty quiet, especially along your commute if you're passing the same stationary false alert. And it also allows you to do things like low-speed muting in auto city mode, which is a cool thing that intelligently changes the sensitivity and the filtering level of the detector depending on how fast you're going. I know that's a feature that I really love. I would not personally use a detector without that feature if I was in a city environment a lot.
Think about like grocery stores and pharmacies that you pass. Like how irritating is it that if it's constantly going off, the out of the box threshold, low speed threshold, it auto mutes below 30 miles per hour.
Yep, it just makes for a very quiet ride.
Yeah, so it's nice as you're cruising through the city.
So again, same range, same radar detection performance, but this has GPS. The Espe does not. Espe is great for somebody who spends most of their time on the highway and doesn't need to rely on the low-speed filtering ability of the XP. The XP is a nice step up and still a great value at $349.
Yeah. And then the big sister, the Pro M, at $449 US. You can obviously see the compact design in comparison to the XP as a smaller chassis. And this has an incredible long range on it. This rivals, honestly, that with the Uniden R3.
Yeah, I mean, there's really only two detectors that take that top-tier performance crown nowadays, and that is the Uniden R3 and the Radenso Pro M. But where the Pro M really kind of stands out compared to the R3, and obviously versus every other detector on the market, is that it combines that range along with multi-radar detection and that really good false alert filtering.
Yeah. And multi-radar detection, something that we can get into in another video, or again, do some research on radenso.com if you live in an area that has MRCD. Major metropolitan areas in the US and Western Canada is plagued with it as well. It's a very important thing to have in your detector. So, and this is
makes it future-proof too.
Yeah, this is definitely an award-winning detector for us, and honestly, it's what we use in our rental cars when we travel. So it's definitely a great detector. So there's a quick at-a-glance lineup for us. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email us or give us a call.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Bye.